The beginning of a jodori is generally in a very poetic Japanese, which is intended not to um, relate directly to the play, but to give the setting of the play.
Oh.
Let's say the setting is the licensed quarter in some part of Osaka, whatever it is. And because its function is to establish a mood rather than to communicate particular thoughts, the language is full of poetry, classical poetry. It is likely to have puns, engo, all kinds of other things. And it's very difficult to get a single meaning from them. There's another problem in that in translating a play, one hopes that it will be performed, and performed in translation. And for this reason, the dialogue must be in a kind of English which actors can say easily, and which sounds like something a human being would say. Not a literal translation, but something which is true to the original, but is free enough to make it seem like normal speech. And so this was another problem in translating Chikamatsu. I tried very hard to make what people said seem like things that people could actually have said. Give you an example of a problem. It's not a particular example, but a general example. In Japanese, very often a sentence begins with a subordinate clause. That's say, because he is my friend, I will go. Well, in English, it's more likely you do it the other way. You say, I will go because he is my friend. But people who follow the Japanese order, which is possible in English but not normal, will give an impression of stilted language, not the language of normal speech. And I was trying to avoid that. I think one simple way, is by teaching classical Japanese literature in modern Japanese. Instead of teaching Genji Monogatari as a succession of interesting examples of grammar, it should be taught in such a way that students read it as a book that interests them. And if necessary, parts can be shortened. The whole thing is to get people interested, to realize that their country has a wonderful literary tradition. And if they read books that interest them, they will go on later on to read more of them, and they will stop thinking of these books as being simply exercises in grammar. Here you have zo, so the ending of the sentence must be musubi saru. That sort of thing. It just kills the classics. And most people who've studied in Japanese, have taken a required course in Japanese literature, hate it. And as students, they pass their examinations into the university, they never look at it again. They never want to look at it again. I think that's terrible. That the emphasis should not be on grammar, but it should be on the literary value of it. In other words, just as people in foreign countries read Japanese literature in translation, so Japanese should read it in modern Japanese. And they can appreciate it then better. They don't have to learn all of the grammatical things. And if they read Heike Monogatari, there are some really boring parts. Skip them. Read the interesting parts, and there are a lot of interesting parts.